What's good, guys? Oop, it looks like Diddy done slipped up and got caught in a lie about Biggie and Tupac. Mm, crazy. But before we get to this video, I want to introduce myself. I'm Desiree, and I'm back with another reaction. Yes, sir. Be sure to watch the whole video so you can see my opinion at the end and also what some viewers had to say in the comments.
Brace yourself, y'all, because the streets are saying Diddy has made a shocking revelation about the two deaths of the most iconic rappers ever, Tupac and Biggie. You know, if there's any mystery that everyone is dying to solve, is the mystery of who unalived Tupac and Biggie. And the fans have always said that Diddy knew more than he was letting on. And it looks like the fans are on to something because Diddy might have let a comment slip about Tupac and Biggie's death that has fans saying, aha, we knew it. The question is, did Diddy accidentally reveal his involvement in Tupac and Biggie's death? And what's the real truth behind Tupac's and Biggie's death? Let's go ahead and get into it. The murders of both Tupac and Biggie remain unsolved to this day, leaving fans playing detective and trying to figure out what actually went down. We've all heard all sorts of wild conspiracy theories and speculation surrounding these cases for decades now, with fingers often being pointed at various top people in the music industry. But one person who has never been able to escape allegations of having a hand in the tragedy that took Pac and Big from us is Diddy. And as the founder of Bad Boy Records, Diddy was heavily connected to both Pac and Big and played a major role in Biggie's career. So it's not surprising that his name is all over the allegations. Even though many people believe that he had something to do with it, Diddy has always denied any involvement in both Pac and Big's death. That is, until now.
Got hit with hit 'em up. I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said, we're not gonna respond. Somebody's gonna get hurt if we respond.
Oop, did you catch that? If you didn't, you might be wondering what exactly he let slip. Well, it's not so much what he said, but it's what he didn't say that has fans boiling. Diddy said he called Biggie after Hit 'Em Up got released and told him not to respond because someone was going to get hurt if they did. The thing is, fans remember that going down a little bit differently. Diddy might not have directly responded to Pac's Hit 'Em Up, but he certainly had no problem talking smack on his record and even on the radio. One Twitter fan who watched the clip was quick to call out Diddy for trying to act like the fans forgot what actually went down. He said, I don't believe him. He was talking reckless on record and the radio. He must think we forgot. If he thought someone would get hurt, why did he demand Big go to LA during wartime? Another fan said, that's a lie. They were dissing Pac and Death Row on mixtapes and on Biggie's last album. Some of those songs from mixtapes are now released. The lies. And just in case you were wondering exactly what records the fans are talking about, check out this fan's tweet that spells it out. Puff, 1997. The blank that y'all done started is never gonna stop. We are never gonna stop. And we're not talking about no other rappers. We're talking about you, blank. You know who I'm talking to. We coming for you. Feels so good. I'ma make you love me, baby, baby. Listen, we're not sure if Diddy intended to let that lie slip, but fans are not letting it go. Pac was clearly dissed by both Diddy and Biggie through music. And let's not even get into how Diddy sent Biggie to a literal war zone. Now, if you're looking at the screen like, what in the world are you talking about? Let me go ahead and give you the tea on how it went down. The beef between Pac and Big got so big that it became a coastal war, East Coast versus West Coast. Biggie held down the East Coast while Pac represented the West Coast. And at the thick of the beef, it wasn't safe for one artist to go to the other coast. But Diddy not only sent Big to LA, he also sent him there right after Pac got shot. Now that wasn't just a reckless decision, that was a dangerous decision that ultimately led to Biggie's death. So fans are wondering how Diddy can make those comments when he damn sure knows what he did back in the day. And let's not forget how the beef between Biggie and Pac started in the first place. For those of you who don't know, I'ma let you know. Tupac and Biggie were friends before they turned enemies. According to Vice, Tupac and Big met at a house party at Pac's place in Los Angeles. Tupac was already getting famous for his 1991 hit album, Tupacalypse Now, and was a platinum-selling rapper. And many upcoming rappers at the time looked up to him, including Biggie. Biggie somehow found his way into Pac's place for the party, and that's where they actually hit it off. Tupac liked Biggie so much that he gifted Biggie a bottle of his favorite drink, Hennessy. They got close and would even stay at each other's places when they visited each other's cities. Until, you know who showed up. Diddy. When he got involved, none of that was going down. Diddy soon signed Biggie to his Bad Boy Records, and that was the beginning of the end of Pac and Big's friendship and the rise of the notorious beef between Biggie and Pac. In 2019, Pac got involved in a court case that drained his bank account. So when he got invited to perform a track for rapper Lil Shaw, who knew Diddy and Biggie, he accepted the invitation. But what he didn't know was the plans Diddy had in store for him. When he got to the studio, he was met with men with guns wearing camos. They attacked him, gunned him down, stole his stuff, and ran away. He only survived that attack because he played dead. So when they left, he got into the elevator and rode it up to the upper floor. Now, according to Pac, when he got there, he saw Biggie and Diddy standing there looking guilty as hell. According to Vice, someone sent an anonymous message through the NYPD for Pac that said, "Nobody came to rob you. They came to discipline you." Whoa, that's crazy, right? Anyways, after that, the line was basically drawn between Pac and Biggie, and the legendary beef began. Pac eventually got sentenced to 1.5 years in prison. And he just got angrier as Biggie became more famous on the outside. And the situation got worse when Biggie released a track called Who Shot Ya, which Pac believed to be a diss track directed at him. Now here's where Death Row enters. While Pac was still in prison, he signed to Death Row exec Suge Knight. And when he got out, he released his own diss track titled Hit 'Em Up. At this point, the beef was on and everyone was picking sides. Now wait a minute, make sure you're paying attention because this is exactly where things get heated. According to Diddy, he told Biggie not to respond to Pac's diss track because it was going to get dangerous. But according to LAPD detective Greg Cading, who investigated the shooting of both Pac and Biggie, while Diddy might not have responded directly, he responded dangerously.
So you've got Combs, Martin, Keefe D, who was also in that white Cadillac and had secured the gun, gave it to his nephew, and his nephew shot and killed Tupac.
According to Greg, Diddy was friends with known gang member Eric Martin, also known as Zip. Zip had a close business relationship with Keefe D, and Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, had a fight with Pac the night Tupac got shot, and later came back to shoot him. And that right there is why the fans believe that Diddy had something to do with Pac's shooting. Because any way you look at it, Diddy seems to be connected to it somehow. And it wasn't just about the Biggie versus Pac beef either. Diddy also had beef with Death Row Records exec Suge Knight, and Pac was signed to Death Row Records. People have been pointing fingers at Diddy for being connected to Tupac's death for years, but they have also been holding him responsible for what happened to Biggie. This is because after Pac was shot, Diddy made a series of bad decisions that eventually led to Biggie's death. After Pac was shot, the West Coast became a dangerous place for Biggie to be. And because of the beef between him and Pac, people kind of thought that he had something to do with Pac's death too. So the whole entire West Coast was raging. And that was the exact time that Diddy thought it was a good idea to make Biggie go to the West Coast. I don't know. Fans claim Diddy made Biggie shoot the music video for his song in LA. And that's not all. According to fans, Diddy also stopped Biggie from attending a press conference in Europe, but instead made him attend the Soul Train Awards and the after party. And if you know the story, it was on their way back from that after party that Biggie got shot. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that Diddy didn't know that putting Biggie in LA right after Pac got hit will be putting him in the literal line of fire. Or maybe he just didn't care. I know you may be thinking that came out of nowhere, but according to Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, who was actually in the car with Diddy and Biggie the night Biggie got shot, Diddy revealed to him that he didn't care if Biggie and Tupac died as long as he got to make money from it. Sheesh. I mean, we kind of all knew that Diddy was a ruthless businessman, but damn.
He said, I'm a businessman. I'm about making money. But something gotta change. I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die.
Now, let's be clear. The fans don't believe that Diddy directly caused Biggie's death, but they certainly believe that it was his recklessness that led to it. And according to Greg Kading, that might be true in more ways than one. Get this. Greg believes that Suge Knight hired someone to shoot Biggie in retaliation for Pac's murder. Fans are even sure that Suge had Biggie shot because he blamed Diddy for Pac's murder and because of the beef that was going on between him and Diddy at the time.
Biggie was killed by an associate of Suge Knight's. He hired a guy named Poochie to track down Biggie at the Peterson Auto Museum in March of 1997 and wait for him outside, and he pulled alongside and shot.
Well, that's it for us today. Check out the other videos on the channel for more Celeb Tea.
One viewer said, nah, Puff blew the red light and red flag too. He didn't ride in the same truck with B.I.G. Puff will always ride with B.I.G. He knew B.I.G. was going to die. Another viewer said, those close to Diddy always seem to meet terrible ends. Not only that, but all the SA and grooming of young artists has been alleged time and again. He is someone that should clearly be avoided. Another said, there is a few people who know the truth. Some are dead because they knew. Everything comes to the light. Messy, messy, messy. I don't know. What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. But one thing I'm going to say is that I've always felt like Diddy has something to do with Biggie's passing. I don't know. It's something about Diddy. It's like, you know, when you look at a person, you can just see right through them. Like, they're just shady as fuck. Like, that's the vibe I always got from Diddy. Like, he's just a shiesty ass person. I don't know. But let me know what y'all think. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.